Momentos here. Let's go over all the games happened on Saturday night. Let's get into it. The first game is Detroit losing to the Wizards. Wizards has picked up 2 wins lately, and they're still outside looking. They're 2-8 the last 10 games, 5.5 games out of the playoffs, looking real bad. While the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat, they were just the fourth seed. Now they're the eighth. So the fourth and all the way down to 9, 10, they're all kind of close. They're still all in it. Detroit are out of it for sure. This game, Jeremy Grant, just bad. 9 points. I think it's another buy low. He has fallen off quite a bit. Every time he has a bad game, you just go lower. The price tag goes lower. You can try maybe a 60, 70 guy. He still should have good enough upside. Mason Plumlee continues to play huge minutes. 26. Meanwhile, Isaiah Stewart got 22. Both had an okay game. Isaiah Stewart 8 rebounds and a block. Good efficiency, and Mason Plumlee filled up the stat sheet. 1 steal, 2 blocks, 8 rebounds. Continues to be great. Saddiq Bey continues to get the high minutes, most on the team actually. Not really doing much. If the shots are not falling, the guy doesn't get that many defensive stats. So I'm not a huge fan of him, at least in fantasy. And they change up the guards rotation. Last time I mentioned that how they play like 5, 6 guards, and Dennis Smith Shooter is still out. This game, they decided to play the two veterans high minutes, Wayne Ellington and Corey Joseph. So at this point, there's nobody you want to pick up. Just stream them all. Dennis Smith Jr. has some upside, but yeah, at this point, you just want to stream them all. For the Wizards, Alex Len, the center rotation continues to be a joke. Alex Len played 15 minutes, had 12 points. The big news is that Bradley Beal left the game with a injury, right hip injury. He's questionable for the next game, so hopefully it's not too bad. They gotta wait the next 5, 6 to have a chance to make the playoffs. Russell Westbrook, wow, 19 rebounds, and good from the efficient free throw line. Look at that, 10 assists, no defensive side, 19 points. Okay, came from Russell Westbrook. Rui Hachimura minutes continue to be high, continues to give you, and he was a plus 23. Continues to give you the points, the rebound, and nothing else. And Daniel Gafford, wow. Yeah, they traded away Wagner and got Gafford. Gafford is a way better fantasy guy than Wagner. 6 for 7, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Maybe this is the guy. Give this guy 15 minutes, he can block you 2 shots. So this is the guy. You can add this guy to another list of, the block specialist. He can give you that in category leagues. If on a Sunday, if the blocks are kind of close, this is the guy you want to stream. Let's go on to the next game, the New York Knicks. It's really sad. Oh, they got the win, but it's sad news that Mitchell Robinson broke his foot. He just broke it. He broke his hand and was out for so long, and then came back, played 2, 3 games, right foot injury, and he's out for season. So you can't really drop him. And in fantasy, Nerlens Noel is a must roster. He played 31 minutes here. Look at this, 2 steals, 3 blocks. He may not play 30 minutes every night, but the defensive stats is real juicy. RJ, 38 minutes, 21 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, still pretty good. Also, Julius Randle is out of did not play this game. So Alec Burks continues to be great. He's a must roster at the moment. Has played his last 6, 7 games. He played really well. So he's a must roster. Taj Gibson got into the action, played 34 minutes and 4 blocks. But once Randall came back, he's gonna have 0 value. This game, Peyton started, played 14 minutes. So the guard rotation is a mess. Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickly this game, 29 minutes and 26 minutes, respectively. And for the Knicks guard, Alec Burks is a pickup right now. Nobody else is worth. This game with D-Rose back, Alec Burks can still play 41 minutes. So you gotta roster this guy for sure. He's pretty good, can give you a bunch of points, threes, like all the guard stats, and really good free throw shooter as well. But this situation could change any minute. If he plays well, another 1 week or two, try to make a trade. I guess depend on your league format. Some leagues, if the NBA trade deadline is passed, there's also the trade deadline in your fantasy leagues. So we don't know. So yeah, if the trade deadline in your league is already over, then you can't really make any more trades. So there is no such thing as sell high or buy low anymore, since the trade deadline is already over. Let's look at the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah, they have all the guys out. Giannis, Dante DiVincenzo, yeah, everybody's out. So no surprise there. Knicks got the win. It was somewhat close. Lopez carried the load. Wow, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. He's very up and down. I remember earlier this week he had a great game, and then the last game he sucked. This game, 4 steals as a center, 2 blocks, really scary. Giannis' brother played, Antetokounmpo. 23, pretty good. Just identical stats as Giannis almost. 23 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. There's not much to talk about. Everybody's out for the for the Bucks this game. The next game, the two tanking teams, the Rockets got the win, 129-107. Christian Wood, Kelly Olynyk got 25 minutes with Christian Wood out. We don't know if they're gonna play together. Christian Wood obviously is gonna get majority of the center minutes. Are they gonna play Kelly Olynyk by Christian Wood like as a power forward? I highly doubt it. So I wouldn't go and rush and pick him up. Although this game is really great, 3 steals, 16 points. Jason Tate, got his defensive stats, 1 steal and three blocks. Could be rostered in 12-team leagues, especially in category leagues. Kevin Porter Jr. came back, played great. 29, he was a plus 29. The shots were falling. 2 assists is kind of low and nothing else. But we've seen this guy filling up the box score, like to give the assist. John will play this game, so Kevin Porter Jr. played more like a shooting guard. Not that many assists. So I believe if John Wall is playing and Kevin Porter is playing as a shooting guard, his assist number is not going to be as high. But the rest of the line should be okay. John Wall, he has that shutdown risk. I would highly recommend. I don't know if the trade line is already passed. Maybe it's already too late. But this guy might get shut down just like Al Horford. It's sad news with Al Horford, but I guess it makes sense. It's kind of early in the season. They just decided to shut him down. There's really no point playing a veteran like that on a losing team, already out of the playoffs. John was, whenever he plays, great. The counting stats look great. It's just the efficiency is so bad lately. 35% from the field again. Don't think he's helping them win, but the Rockets wanted to tank, so playing him high minutes might help. Hey, and Kenyon Martin Jr. is another guy I want to keep my eyes on. If he gets 30 minutes, he could give you a bunch of blocks. So that upset is good. But the minutes now is still a bit low. On the Minnesota Timberwolves side, Anthony Edwards, wow. This game, Malik Beasley came back, struggled, but he's a must-roster guy. If he's out on the waiver wire, sure, pick him up. He struggled. He might continue to struggle for a few games, but he's worth pick up coming back from the suspension. But the big news is Anthony Edwards, with Malik Beasley back, he still took 22 shots. So that's encouraging. While Karl Anthony Towns only took 11. That's no good. Still got 27 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Cat continues to be great. If you miss the window to trade Karl Anthony Towns for Jimmy Butler, it's too late. It's too late. Ricky Rubio, 10 assists and 3 steals. Yeah, you hold on to him. The trade deadline is already passed, but just be careful when D'Lo comes back. Be ready to drop him. We don't know when that's gonna happen, but for the past month or so, he's been putting up really good stats, the assist, the steal numbers specifically. We know what Rubio can do over the years. Jaden McDaniels is another guy I would want to pick up. 35 minutes here again. He can give you a bunch of blocks. That's great. He can give you 1.5 blocks. I think he's a must roster. I play 35 minutes. Will be interesting to see what happens when D'Lo comes back, especially the shot distribution. So we got a bunch of guys. Anthony Edwards is going to take a bunch of shots. Karl Anthony Towns got to get his shot. Malik Beasley going to take shots, and D'Lo also. So a bunch of guys that need to take a huge volume of shots to be good in fantasy. The next game for the Chicago Bulls, making the trade, going all in to try to make the playoffs this season, right? They are 10th in the Eastern Conference, 19 and 24. How many games are they out? They are 1.5 game out of the 8th seed. So they could be in it if they win a few games. Vucevic started debut, putting up just identical numbers. Fit running, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. I think it hurts Zach LaVine's value a little bit because Vucevic, they were playing Wendell Carter Jr., who gets 8-9 shots a game, and out of those shots, a lot of it just putbacks. Grabbing the offensive rebound. So I worry about Zach LaVine a little bit. Obviously, the buy low, the sell high window is can't really sell high anymore. But I worry about Zach LaVine's production for the rest of the season. It's gonna take some of his usage away. It's just one game. We'll see what happens. Lauri Markkanen just 10 points, 3 rebounds, nothing else. I just want to give you guys for next year, if Lauri Markkanen, don't draft this guy in the top 80 because that's his ceiling. Like if he's averaging 20 points and 8 rebounds and like 2.5 threes, he's gonna be a top 80 guy because he doesn't give you anything else. Best case scenario, he's top 80, so don't draft him there. If you fall outside of 100, yeah. But this guy, at this point, we know what he is in fantasy. No defensive stats, low field goal as a big guy, give you a bunch of points and rebound, and that's about it. So I don't really like him that much. Thomas Satoransky, only 17 minutes. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe he's, he was a -14 while Kobe White was a +6. I would still hold on to him for like one more game, see what the minutes looks like. If next game he plays 20, yeah, you can drop him. He mainly give you the assists and steals. He's not put out sexy stats, right? Aminu started played 12 minutes again, and Kobe White 25 minutes, really good. Not really good, but bad efficiency again. But consider he only played 25 minutes, give us a steal and a block. I don't hate the idea of picking him up, to be honest. I don't hate the idea. 26 minutes. If the minutes push up to 30 and he can give us the defensive stats, he could be valuable. Thaddeus Young continues to put up big stats in 22 minutes. 10, no defensive stats, but 10 points, 9 assists. 9 assists. Thaddeus Young, 9 assists. That's great. Continue. Yeah, you can't drop him yet. Continue to roster him. For the Spurs, DeRozan, it's just easy win for them. +20, 17, 4 steals, really good. 7 assists, 4 rebound. Continue to be really strong. And Jakob Poeltl, look at that. Sure, 4 for 10 from the free throw line is bad. On most nights, he goes to the line on average like 3 times. It's the field goal, 89%, 90% field goal, 9 rebound. I guess I understand it's against the Bulls. And it's Vucevic, who is not known for his defense. 3 blocks, 20 points. Continues to be great. A must roster guy. Derek White, a must roster guy. 7 assists, a steal and a block. This is what the guy can do. Fill up the stat sheet. And he's still shooting the ball really badly. Under 40%. If that goes up to 45, he's going to be great. Dejounte Murray, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Good game for him as well. And nobody, for the bench guys on the Spurs, nobody's really worth roster. Nobody. I thought Rudy Gay is going to get some minutes with Eldridge out. He played 25 to 30 minutes. He could be good. But Popovich just decided to give him 20 minutes a night. The next game, Pelicans beating the Mavericks. Zion went off again. That's the news. And Boban played. This game, Porzingis was out. Same thing with Doncic. They have a back-to-back. Just wanted to rest those 2 guys. Boban, whenever he plays, put up big stats. 13 points, 11 rebound, and a block. I'm surprised he played 28 minutes, honestly. For a big dude like game, playing him 28 minutes. But good line, regardless. Jalen Brunson, every time Luka is out, gotta stream this guy. Huge stat, 24 points. I expected the assist to be a bit higher, but regardless, good. And Tim Hardaway Jr. These 2 guys go off pretty much every time when Luka is out. Tim Hardaway Jr. great. Shots were falling this game. 30 points, 5 threes, and nothing else. This is what he can do. And Maxi Kleber, the defensive stats is back. 31 points. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Maxi Kleber, the defensive stats is there. The blocks specifically, 7 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. He's worth streaming, I believe. A mini Brook Lopez. Although the block numbers for him this season has been pretty low. And Dorian Finney-Smith and Josh Richardson, they are now worth. Could stream them if they have a back-to-back, as I said many times. On the Pelican side, Zion, 38 points, no defensive stats. Bad from the free throw line, but that's okay. Another great game from him. 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Really, really good stuff from Zion. Brandon Ingram, only 1 assist, no defensive stats for rebound. You just want to see him, give us more peripherals. Then he can maybe move up to a top 30. Otherwise, it's around in the top 30, from 30 to 35 range for Brandon Ingram. Steven Adams has been getting, good minutes lately, honestly. 30 minutes, a steal and 4 blocks is really good. You could definitely stream him for rebounds. Bledsoe, the minutes is high without Lonzo Ball, but that's a sign, when this guy played 36 minutes, put up this level of stat line. He was getting drafted in the top 80s and 90s. That's understandably so, because he's a guy that could potentially average 1.6, 1.7 steals, but that's not the case this season. You can, drop him everywhere. I don't even want to stream him, to be honest. Nickeil Alexander-Walker started, whenever, until Lonzo Ball comes back, you want to stream him. 20 points, 5 rebound, hit 6 threes. You want to see him getting more assists and more defensive stats, but that's okay. That's okay. Worth streaming. The next game, oh boy, the Boston Celtics beating OKC. OKC is a tanking team. Robert Williams still played 26 minutes. Oh yeah, he's the hype is real. If he played 28 minutes, top 10, top 15 guy, I think he could be better than Miles Turner. He could average close to 3 blocks. Maybe Miles Turner get like 0.3, 0.4 more blocks, but everything else, he grabbed more rebounds on a per minute basis than him for sure. He's a better field goal guy. Free throw, this guy can also hit free throws. So I think he's a better guy than Miles Turner on a per minute basis for sure. Although both guys are monsters blocking shots. So if you got him, congrats. He can probably win you the blocks every week in and out. But since the trade deadline is over, I still worry if this is the same situation with the Raptors, Chris Boucher situation. All the centers were out at the moment. What happens when those guys come back, and what happens if they got Andre Drummond? Because if the Celtics decide to get Andre Drummond, they're gonna play him minutes exclusively at the center position, and Robert Williams cannot be a power forward. So that's something. I guess that's the only worry. It's just the minutes. Whenever he plays, he pick up, and he was a -9. So not really contributing to winning. This is another thing I want to watch, is how he's plus and minus. Jason Tatum, 27 points, great. Bad efficiency, 4 threes, 1 steal. Want to see him do more in the other categories. Grant Williams started in place of, Kemba Walker was out. 7 rebound, 2 steals and block, pretty good. 2 points. Jaylen Brown, yeah, it's rough. The efficiency was really rough. 25 points and 3 threes and nothing else. Full on the free throw line is good. His ranking has fallen quite a bit. He should still be a top 50, 60 guy, in my opinion. Marcus Smart, finally, the steals and the assists is here without Kemba Walker. 8 assists is really good, and 2 steals. Smart has been pretty underwhelming. He was getting drafted pretty early in some of the draft. Thought he's going to have a breakout year. But we know what... Marcus Smart, even he played 35 minutes, he's not going to be he's not going to average like 16, 17 points. It's mainly his value coming from the defensive stats and the assist. And he hit some threes as well. So we know that about him. OKC, yes, the big news is Al Horford is out for season, not because he's hurt. They just decide to shut him down. We don't see that very often in the NBA. Moses Brown is a must-roster guy. Just a huge rebound guy, 23 rebounds. Wow. 32 minutes, his way to, he's gonna have all the sentiments. Nobody's gonna threaten him now, right? So a must-roster guy. Pokusevski, I thought, this guy can fill up the stat sheet, but looking at it now, Moses Brown has, better upside, put up better stats. Compared to Roby and Pokusevski. Although these 2 guys also worth rostering in my opinion. They will play close to 30 or maybe over 30 minutes every single night. Pokusevski can really fill up the stat sheet, 5 assists here. But it's not looking too sexy because the scoring is kind of low for him. And he's shooting sub 40% from the field. Pretty bad. And Isaiah Roby also had a pretty bad game. I wouldn't drop them after this one bad game. I will hold on to them, see for a few more games, see what happens. because Kendrick Williams played 30 minutes. This is another guy who's also a pretty good fantasy guy. 2 steals and a block, 12 points. All those guys are worth rostering or at least stream, see what happens. Theo Maledon, 37 minutes, really went off here. One of his, probably his best game as a pro. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. This is what you want to see. Took 16 shots. So yeah, a lot of guys you want to, just pick up and see what happens on this team. Although I Moses Brown is a must roster. The other guys, I'm not too sure. They are pretty inconsistent. Moses Brown, because he's a big man, he's gonna grab those rebounds. He's gonna do, get some easy buckets down there, block some shots. Big man, their stats is, if it's easier to get versus like a guard, like a young point guard is gonna struggle more than a young big man in terms of putting up the stats. The next game is the Grizzlies losing to Jazz. Dylan Brooks, only 20 minutes. And this was a blowout. So everybody's minutes was pretty low. So I'll still hold on to all these guys. And Kyle Anderson also, in 22 minutes, 2 steals and a block. This is what this guy can do. The worry is on the Grizzlies, everybody's minutes are so up and down. If Kyle Anderson can consistently get 30 to 35 minutes, he could be a top 70 guy due to his defensive stats. And this season, he's hitting threes. 2 for 3 this game. Very scary stuff. Valanciunas in 20 minutes grabbed 11 rebounds. That's why Ja Morant's rebound number is so low, because Valanciunas took it out. 13 and 11, a block. Could be a top 50, 60 guy moving forward. Grayson Allen, 4 steals in 23 minutes. Ja Morant just pretty bad this season. And DeAnthony Melton, this is the guy, out of all the guys, coming off the bench for the Grizzlies, this is the guy I like to see. Got 18 minutes this game, no defensive stats, 12 points, continues to be the best fantasy guy on this team, but not getting the minutes. For the Jazz, easy win again. Joe Ingles, at this point, you got to pick him up. I think he's a must roster at this point. He's playing so well lately. Mike Conley was in and out of the lineup. This game, he was out for a hammy issue. But Joe Ingles has been playing really, really well. 3 threes, crazy efficiency as well. Getting the assists, getting the steals, hitting the threes. Score a bunch. He's a must roster guy. Bogdanovich not so much, as we can see here. Royce O'Neal also don't care about the points. 9 rebound, 2 steals, a block is pretty good. Rudy Gobert, 14 rebound, 2 blocks. Another Rudy Gobert game. Donovan Mitchell continues to shoot crazy well from the field. Guys like this, their shooting percentage is gonna be up and down. Has a lot of swings. 35 points is great. 7 assists are still in a block. Good game from Donovan. Let's go on to the next game. The LA Clippers beating the Philadelphia Sixers. Sixers, finally they lost. Joel Embiid, what's the timetable? We don't know, but he should be back next week if he doesn't suffer a setback. Maybe back next week. Danny Green, 17 points and nothing else. You still hold on to him due to his defense. Tobias Harris, his value is great value when Joel Embiid is out. His usage is going to take a bit hit when Joel comes back. This game great. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 29 points. Seth Curry could be a streamer. Ben Simmons, the minutes is also low, and he was fouled out in 26 minutes. Want to see Ben Simmons getting more of those defensive stats. Right? Last year, he was a 2 steals guy. I don't know what happened with him this season, only averaging 1.5. Still a lot. 1.5 is nothing too. But don't expect him to average 2. From year to year, the defensive scheme changes a bit, and the players, they play a bit different. So a 0.5 steal is a pretty big difference, in my opinion. Matisse Thybulle got his 27 minutes, but the minutes is really up and down. Got 2 blocks here. He's a defensive streamer for sure. Dwight Howard, Mike Scott is getting majority of the minutes because they want more shooting, more spacing. If Ben Simmons and Dwight Howard are playing together, it's 2 guys and not, they can really pack the paint. Because guys cannot shoot. The Clippers, great. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George both play great. Kawhi Leonard, 3 steals. I was like 2 weeks ago. I was saying the steal numbers is pretty low for him. Now it's at 1.8. Fourth ranked player. Actually third because in Basketball Monster there's a guy Alize Johnson played 1 game, so he's the third ranked player. He's ahead of Steph Curry now in category leagues. Just really scary stuff from Kawhi this season. And Paul George, finally a great game. 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He's a top 20 guy. The steals and blocks is really good, but don't expect him to average 1.5 steals. It's 1.1 is sound about right. And after this great game, he's ranked. Where is he ranked? Yeah, right on the dot. 21st ranked player. He has been playing pretty badly lately. This is a great game versus the Sixers. Zubac, I think it's a must roster. Only 21 minutes here. Next game he could play 25 to 30. So because with all the injuries, I think he's a must roster guy. Can grab you 10 rebound, 14 points on good efficiency and 1.5 blocks. You gotta roster him, and he's a really good free throw shooter as well. Batum played 34 minutes. At this point, he's not getting the defensive stats, so I'm not interested. No defensive stats, no value for guys like this. Let's go to the last game of the night. The Cleveland Cavaliers losing to the Kings. What a shame. Colin Sexton came back, had a hammy issue, played great, 26 points, 2 steals. This is what you want to see. 4 assists is good. Darius Garland, 18 points, bad efficiency, 2 steals is good. Only 2 assists. Okay, you still hold on to him. Larry Nance Jr. Started at the center. The guy, whenever he plays, just put up big stats. Every single game. Bad from the free throw line, but who cares? 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 17 points. Continues to be great. A must roster guy. Isaiah Okoro, 33 minutes, 2 points. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what this guy does next year because the Cavaliers going to play this guy high minutes next year. Even this season, he's getting consistent 30-plus minutes. Not doing anything this season. We'll see what happens next season. If the defensive stat, the scoring can go up a little bit. For the Kings, continue to be a disaster. Buddy Hield, really bad game. 10 points. You still hold on to him. Harrison Barnes, actually they won the game. I'm sorry, I called them a disaster. They're gonna be out of the playoffs. Harrison Barnes hit the game winner. 11 rebound, nothing else. This is the old Harrison Barnes. You don't drop him. This season, the assist is really good in his standard. Averaging over 3 a game. Richaun Holmes, what a beast. 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, 10 points. Dude, these big men in the NBA, man. Like, if you don't have one of those, you don't have a Robert Williams, you don't have a Miles Turner, you don't have a Richaun Holmes, it's just so hard to win blocks. It's so hard because all these guys, if they have a 5-block game, it'll be really hard for you to recover. When they pop off like this. Tyrese Halliburton, 13 points. A pretty underwhelming game for him. Continue to be a must roster. De'Aaron Fox has been playing so well lately. I want to say sell high. The trade deadline is passed. 36 points are still too. Mainly the free throws also has gotten better. Really, really good stuff. If you bought low on De'Aaron Fox where he was struggling early, congrats. Delon Wright actually got the minutes, and he played alongside of De'Aaron Fox a little bit. He actually got 23 minutes, but 23 minutes there's not enough value for him. That's it for all the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow.